Welcome to my YouTube channel English Classroom with Poonam Teacher, where knowledge never ends. If you like my videos, then like, share and subscribe. Let's understand today change the degree. Change the degree is also known as degree of comparison or degrees of adjectives. There are three types of degrees: positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. If we want to understand the degree properly, let's first understand what are adjectives. Adjective is a word which gives more information about a noun. Adjectives are used to compare the things. Adjectives change in forms. हम adjectives को gradation दे सकते हैं. For example, sweet जो मीठा है, sweeter उससे ज़्यादा मीठा है, and sweetest सबसे मीठा है. So this kind of gradations we can give in adjectives. So it is possible to make their degrees. So we have three types: positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. Let's understand what is a positive degree. This degree is used to denote the only existence of quality. The base form of adjective is used in this degree. Base form of adjective means original adjective. For example, India is as powerful as America and Samir is as bright as Vikas. So powerful and bright. These are the words of your positive degree. Comparative degree. This degree is used to compare the quality of two persons or things. Adjective of single syllable takes suffix er and two or more syllables word takes more. Ajay is richer than Vijay. Here we can find out comparison in between Ajay and Vijay, and that comparison is denoted by richer. So richer is your comparative form of adjective. Shala is more beautiful than Savita. Here more beautiful is your comparative form of adjective. Which one is having three syllables? We can break this word, and so we have used instead of er more. Then our third one is superlative degree. Superlative degree is used when more than two nouns things are compared. This degree is used to denote the highest degree of quality. It is formed by adding est in single syllable and by adding the most in two or more syllables words. For example, he is the tallest boy in the class. So the tallest. And the next one, this is the most dangerous. The most dangerous and tallest. These are our superlative degree forms. We can find out adjectives three form: positive degree, comparative and superlative degree. For example, clever, cleverer, cleverest, thick, thicker, thickest. We can add er to the adjective and we can make the comparative form. We can add est and we can make the superlative form. But where the words having more than two syllables, there we are using more and most. For example, dangerous, more dangerous and most dangerous. Beautiful, more beautiful and most beautiful. And some adjectives, they are irregular. We can find out good, better, best, bad, worse, worst. In such way, they are changing their forms. Come towards this chart, and here we can find out what are the formations of our positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. In positive degree, we can find out original form of adjective. For example, Soham is as tall as Ajay. So as tall as. So tall is your original adjective. Apples are not as costly as mangoes. So tall and costly, they are in original format of adjectives. In comparative format of your sentence, you can find out er or more and than in the sentence. Rahul is taller than Suresh and China is more populated than any other country in the world. So taller and more populated. This word shows us the sentence is in comparative form. And last sentence is India is the most beautiful country in the world. The most beautiful. So this definite article is used before superlative degree. And Shakespeare is one of the greatest writer in English. So the most beautiful and the greatest, with the help of this we can identify our sentence is in superlative degree. Students, please keep one note in mind. You can transfer positive degree sentence into the comparative and comparative degree sentence into the positive degree when comparison is there in between two things or two objects. But when the comparison is there more than two things or two objects, we are using superlative degree, and superlative degree sentence you can transfer in comparative degree and in positive degree. We have understood how to identify different degrees. Now we are going to learn transformation of degree sentences. When your sentence is given in the superlative degree, you can transfer it into comparative and in positive degree. Here is a chart where you can find out two type of sentences, normal sentence and one-off sentence. Let's see the example and this chart will be clear to you. Shakespeare is the greatest writer in English literature. We come to know this sentence is in superlative degree with the help of the greatest. So we can transfer it in comparative and in positive degree. In comparative degree, we are going to use comparative form of adjective than and any other. So Shakespeare is greater. It is the comparative form of the greatest than any other writer in English literature. And in positive degree, we are going to start our sentence with no other. No other what? Writer in English literature is as great as Shakespeare. Why as great as? Because it is a positive form of the greatest. No other writer in English literature is as great as Shakespeare. These are the examples of type 1. Down again we have a sentence same like the up. Shakespeare is one of the greatest writers in English literature. Now what are the difference in between the sentences? In first sentence, I am telling Shakespeare is the greatest writer in English literature. Shakespeare is the greatest. उससे बढ़ के कोई नहीं है. But in my second type, I am telling Shakespeare is one of the greatest writers. Here I am talking about the great writers और उनमें से एक कौन है? Shakespeare. So that is the difference between one of type of sentence and simple sentence. So while doing or changing the degree, we are using different rules. While doing the comparative degree, we can find out Shakespeare is greater than. In our first sentence we use any other, but in our one of sentence we are going to use most other. So our answer is Shakespeare is greater than most other writers in English literature. And in positive degree, In type 1, we have started with no other, but in one of sentence, we are going to start with very few. Why very few? Because we are talking about the writers. So, very few writers in English literature are as great as Shakespeare. So, other rules are the same. In type 1, we have started with no other, and in type 2, we have started with very few. In type 1, in comparative form, we use any other, and in type 2, we have used most other. So let's see one more example and it will be more clear to you. Mumbai is the most populated city in India. So this one is your type 1 sentence. So we can transfer it into the comparative and positive. Mumbai is more populated than any other city in India. And in positive degree, no other city in India is as populated as Mumbai. Up we have used any other and comparative form of the adjective, and in positive degree we have started with no other and use positive form of a adjective as populated as. And our down sentence, Mumbai is one of the most populated cities in India. So we are talking about the cities and one of sentence is there. So our rules will change. Instead of any other, now we will use most other. Mumbai is more populated than most other cities in India. And in positive degree, we are going to start with very few. Very few cities in India are as populated as Mumbai. I hope all these two types are clear to you. Let's learn type 3. In type 3, we are going to learn positive to comparative and comparative to positive degree. Let's see the sentence. Lead is heavier than iron. Or this sentence is in comparative degree. How we identify? With the help of heavier. And we can transfer it into the positive. So, iron is not as heavy as lead. We have used positive form of heavier and that is heavy as. Student, keep in mind when your sentence is in comparative degree and if it is positive, your positive degree will be negative. And if your sentence is the negative, your positive degree will be positive. So, means vice versa it is changing. Let's see the next sentence. Mumbai is not better than Pune. Mumbai is not better than Pune means Pune is as good as Mumbai. Our first sentence was the negative. So our positive degree became positive sentence. Why we are doing these changes? To maintain the meaning of sentence. Today apples are as costly as mangoes. This sentence is in positive degree. So while making it in comparative, we are going to write today mangoes are not costlier than apples. So this is our type 3. Come and solve some sentences and let's check your understanding. India is the largest democracy in the world. Our sentence is in superlative degree, so we can transfer it into the comparative and positive. So our first sentence will come, India is larger than any other democracy in the world. This is our type 1 sentence. And in positive degree, no other democracy in the world is as large as India. Second sentence, the peacock is one of the most graceful birds. One of type of sentence. In comparative degree, The peacock is more graceful than most other birds. And in positive degree, it will start with very few. Very few what? Birds. Very few birds are as graceful as the peacock. Third number sentence. Traveling by train is faster than traveling by bus. Our sentence is in comparative degree and comparison is there in between two things. So we can transfer it into positive degree. Traveling by bus is not as fast as traveling by train. Now 4 and fifth number sentence you will solve as the homework. Write your answers in comment box.
Kindly do like, share and subscribe my video and press the bell icon to get notification of all my new videos.